Yeah, well, this ain't good. They put a bar across. Hopefully there's another way out. But there's a burnt out car there. That wasn't there yesterday. Mental. Dear oh dear. I think I've got a fucking puncture now. I went right down, I've been locked in. Went right down the bottom there, and it's like a little lane, you know what I mean? I think like the odd tractor's been down there in the past, and when I went to turn around, I think I've got a puncture now. And I tell you, man, this lane turned into the longest fucking lane in the world on the way back. I swear it's like extended to... Okay, so that's alright. I think it's this one over here. I can smell burning. Yeah, look at that. Oh. Turn this fuck around. Brutal. Look at that. I have got a spare, thankfully. Hopefully I can get that changed. But there will be no market today, that's for sure. What a bastard. Fucking hell. I knew you should have stayed in a lay-by. Everything was going so fucking well. But, well, I'll get that changed anyway. Have a little look round. Needs a good clean now after that. But let's go down there, and then it goes into a really narrow... I wasn't even sure whether it was actually just a footpath. Look at the state of it now. Hopefully I haven't left them bloody open. Look at the scratches on it now, look. Jesus. This is why you don't buy a brand new bloody van. Now that might come off. Nice. Half that's gone. Oh, fucking mare. Girl scratches on it there, it's looking so good. I won't be earning no money today. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. Right. It's just like, shit, I've got all the stuff to change that now, I'm pretty sure I have. Right, so I got that, finally got the, well, that's this decent one. There's the knackered one. I've had to jack it up, wedge that under there in order to get enough room to put my jack under here, because otherwise the hub would hang too low and I couldn't get the wheel on, spare wheel. I've had to be a bit careful because I don't really want to hurt myself out here. Yeah, can you see what looks like the end of a little mini pitchfork? I'll have a closer look at that in a minute. But that was a bastard to get them off. Look at that, I actually bent the wrench. I'm gonna have to get this has all come with the van. I'm gonna have to revamp this, I think. Thank F I managed to get them off, because I was out bloody swinging on it, I tell you. But I'm just gonna get the old, I think I'm pretty much home and dry now. But unfortunately there will be no market today unless he lets me turn up late, which I doubt he will. But wow, yeah, what a bastard. Alright, yeah, so finally the new wheels on. That was a right bastard. That for the tools I had. Look at the state of the van now going down there. Scratched the bollocks now. Oh well. Yeah, check this out. That's from where it went flat and then it tears at the sides. Where's the culprit? Look at this here. Like a mini pitchfork. Yeah, the farmer went past in his tractor and he said apparently the gate at the top there, it was only closed, it wasn't locked. I see a padlock though, but he said the padlock wasn't locked, it was just there, nestled there. Saw that shit I've just done and went through. I didn't have to bloody do it if I just go out and checked. What a bastard of a day. But sometimes some things happen for a reason, I suppose. I'm sure the van will look a lot better once it's had a bit of a clean. But I'm just glad that I've because that was such a bastard to do, because you can imagine how seized up they were. And thankfully I had like a little crappy bar for the jack, sorry, for the bloody the bolt undoers and tighteners. Well, mine's gone, but you could see it bent it bent the bar. Really difficult to get off. But yeah, what a flipping day. I'm just going to try and make myself, it's a lovely day though, I'm going to try and make myself feel better by thinking that I would have done really bad today and it would have just been a big waste of time setting up, but I don't know. There's another part of me thinking, I was in like quite high spirits last night, thinking because bank holiday in Christchurch gets pretty busy. I was thinking I could have made a good little wedge today, but no, I'm gonna have a little, I'm gonna have a drink because I flipping need to drink big time. Not an alcoholic one. And then have a little think about what to do. Was it Monday? Bank holiday Monday. So I don't know. I'll have a little think because there might be a market I can do tomorrow or something. I'm not sure, but I'm really missing Portland and Wayne for the minute, to be honest with you. I love it around here. It's really nice, but I don't know. It just feels like home to me there. I feel really nice and relaxed. I relaxed over there, so I'm kind of debating: do I drive back there for a couple of days and then, I don't know, it's a bit of a trek, fuel money. I'll have to sit down and have a think about what to do. Look at the fucking state. Oh shit. All this will wipe off. Might be alright. But I'm just so glad I didn't buy like a really nice van. I'm not sure whether these will come out or not. Yeah, everything was just going you have it when everything's going too smoothly and you're like, ooh, you know, you're sort of anticipating, then you know something shit's gonna happen. It's always me. Why is it always me? Yeah, it's never straightforward. I'm one of them. I've got to freaking work for what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Like some people falling shit come out smelling the roses, but no, not me. I've got to bloody battle on with it. And, you know, overcome these hurdles. But I'm gonna have a cold drink, have a sit down, and decide what to do. But I'm just so glad actually that I've managed to get that sorted, because it was the right ball ache. Yeah, with the tools I had at hand, it wasn't easy. But right, someone's coming. Alright, I'm off. Yes, I just come up to the parking place where it originally took me was for a church or something like that. Oh yeah, it was completely packed. It was a nightmare in the van. Everyone's been very helpful, to be honest with you. Someone watched me back and everything, but it weren't, because it was so packed in there. It was just a nightmare, you know. Certain bend I couldn't get round because it was too tight, so I had to reverse back. It was only when I left and noticed a sign up saying car park full, so I'm sure that weren't there when I went in. But come down to, I don't even know where I am. It said Christchurch, so maybe it is. But don't like to film other people's homes, but look at these, flipping heck. Sea views. I bet they cost an absolute bomb. But here's really packed. The car park down the bottom there was completely full, and I see a lady at the gate on this field just opening it, so I come back and yeah, thankfully they've extended it, so it's going to be really busy. I don't know how long I'm going to stay, but it looks nice. But I'll have a little walk around. I could do digging out some shorts really. I can't remember if I brought any or not, but I'll have a look. Because I'm parked over grass, I thought I'd take this opportunity to do my wash some underwear, just in case I can't find a laundrette. So I'll give them a bit of water. The reason I say grass is because I've got no grey water tank, so it will just pour out onto the grass. rather than like running down there car park and people are like, oh, what's that? Oh, he's emptying his toilet out in there, or whatever. It's only water and what do you call it? Soap stuff that's good for nature, or not right for nature. You know, that pump seems to be constantly engaging. Thinking back to my boating days, that usually means your water tank's empty. Because obviously there must be like, I think there's like some sort of cylinder thing now, isn't there? Look, well, you're on your own, mate. It's calling for water all the time, and it's not obviously not filling up or whatever. Maybe some sort of like pre-tank or something like that. So I'll have a little look in a minute and see whether my water's empty. That's just in my tank, which I don't drink. Well, I use it for cups of tea. I've got proper drinking water under there, so it's no biggie, but I'll have a look anyway. Might have to look at either stopping at a proper site. Sorry, I've got my glasses on here, trying to be all cool. Proper site for a night, or just use facilities, because my Elson could do with being emptied as well, really. So yeah, I'll look into that, but I'm gonna have a little stroll around here anyway. Yeah, as you can see, empty. It didn't take long. I just got to switch it here. Bloody talk. Come here, you. See, just keeps calling for water when it's empty. Good way of running your batteries down. So yeah, switch it off. Thankfully there's a switch there. I was kind of thinking, oh, there's going to be a switch in the back with all my stuff, but I sorted, so I need to get some more water. Not much problem. Oh bloody hell, I've had a bloody nightmare day today. Back in Poole now, but during the whole trip from Christchurch back to Poole, whenever I was in idle or slowing right down at junctions or whatever, the engine would cut out, and I was flipping heck. And I'm sure I could hear, like, since I've done that to the tyre and I've gone down that dodgy lane, every little knocking noise now, I'm thinking, oh, you know, if I've done any more damage than, you know, than just that tyre. Then I went to, just as I parked up, I took the key out of the ignition, went to start again, nothing, just ticking over. So I thought to myself, right, check the oil filter, because the way it was sort of intermittent, I was thinking maybe it's like it's struggling with fuel flow, and I don't know, I'm no mechanic, but when I'm going slower, obviously it's not injecting as much fuel. So maybe the fuel, if the fuel filter's clogged a little bit, when I'm going slower, there's not as much pressure pushing the fuel through. I don't know, that's just what I was thinking. Anyway, I took the fuel filter off. Thankfully, it's all like, even though it's an old run, it's all just like push clips and stuff like that, so I didn't need no tools, because I have to get a bloody toolbox, you know, just a cheap set of tools, you know, spanners and that. Managed to get it off. It looked like kind of a screw cap, but I couldn't get it off. I don't know, so sometimes use these big big spanners to get them off. Couldn't see one of them anywhere, so all I've done was I undone some of the release valves on there, just give it a bloody shake, you know, reattached it, just to give it a shake, so if anything's clogging it up it might loosen it. Reattached it, and it's starting now, it's all right as far as I know. There's a warning light on the dashboard, but I'm hoping that's just popped up during all the commotion and that, and it just needs resetting. But what a frick, at least I got here. It could have been bloody worse again, because I stopped off at Home Bargains before I come in. Not Home Bargains, keep going, Hobbycraft. Stopped off at Hobbycraft on the way, so if I'd have had problems there, well, mind you, then I would have sorted it out there where I was. But Jesus, to be fair, it's all a learning curve still for me, you know, like where I got parked up that night. the other night. I'll definitely check in future to see whether the actual padlocks are locked or not, and even look out for things like that, fence gates and stuff like that. There might be people when I'm going down there, but you might get some bloody farmer or whatever locking it up during the night. So that was a bit of a bad one. And then that, I'm hoping it was the fuel filter. When I poured, it sat around for quite a while, I suppose, and when I poured fuel, because it had such little fuel in it, I had to go out and get a jerry can and pour half a jerry can's worth in there, 10 litres, just to get me to the petrol station. When I poured the jerry can in, there was loads of little bits and stuff like that where, you know, it all built up inside the jerry can when that hadn't been used for a while. I should have given it a bit of a clean out, really. I'm hoping that's sort of gone in there and clogged things up, but clearing that fuel filter, it starts now. But I don't know, I'm sure I could hear some knocking or something. I'm thinking it's the clutch. The clutch don't feel right. Very clunky going into first. Or going down into first, I suppose, when I'm working down gears. I don't have to just sort of persevere. I just hope to hell it gets me to these next, because I've booked in at Poole again on Thursday and Bournemouth again on Sunday, and I'm trying to book in for Southampton, I think, on a Saturday, and Winchester on the Friday. It could be the other way around, I can't remember. But I haven't confirmed the Winchester and Southampton yet, so I'm here packed up now. Make a cup of tea and try and chillax. Taking everything in my stride, that's a really strange thing, you know. I'm not getting too kerfuffled about anything, which is good. You know, I'm sort of finding the funny side of things, you know, or trying to just make light of situations. There were times where I would just be like, oh, we'll get a YB, or, you know, nothing's ever straightforward. But bollocks, man. Take it. Just take it. Got to take it in your stride, you know. But like I say, I keep saying, some people hate it. Like when people say it is what it is, but it is. You know. I'm sometimes a strong believer where, you know, I think things happen for a reason. You never know. I might have gone there today and something even worse might have happened. I don't know. But it's been an eventful day. But the last thing is, I could be sat at home just playing on the bloody PlayStation, just watching shit on telly. So yeah, it's events, isn't it? But yeah, we'll see how we get on.